Cybernation Uncensored.
Hello and welcome, explorers, to another great episode of Flight Beyond the Veil, a Star Trek Adventures ttrpg campaign. I am your humble game mistress, Winter. You can find me at gmistresswinter on Twitter and Instagram, and over at my channel, Mistress Winter's Court, on Mondays. It has been a little bit since we've gotten to play. We are really glad to be back, and we are really excited to finish out these last few episodes with you. I know that it's going to be a climactic ending, and I'm just excited to see how that all rolls out. But let us go ahead and introduce our cast for anybody who may be new to this series. Let's start off with Jessie.
Oh, first. Hi, everybody. I'm Jessie D. My pronouns are they, she. I'm a scientist, podcaster, and writer. Tonight I'm playing Lieutenant Commander Tellen Sull, Bajoran First Officer of the USS Parallax. You can find me at Just Jessie D over on the Hive social app, which is kind of like knockoff Twitter, and over on Tumblr at just-Jessie-D.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And Twisting.
Good evening, everybody. I am Twisting Curses, and only on Discord am Twisting Curses. And I'll be playing the Doctor, Dr. Madmika, former Teray and liberated Borg. And that's really it for now. Hi.
Hello indeed, and welcome back. And Juicy.
Hi, I'm Juicy, a Boston area drag queen and super nerd who unfortunately is stuck on the best hotel Wi-Fi that money can buy with a work credit card. So enjoy my potato quality video, and I'm here to have some fun playing Lieutenant Dupre, our Vulcan science officer.
Well, I am really grateful that you were able to make it despite having to plug in through a potato.
The show must go on.
Now I want to break into Queen. Well, thank you, Juicy. And last but absolutely not least, and the captain, Anita.
Hello, everybody. I'm Anita, otherwise known as Panita or Critical Misses Online. My pronouns are she, they. I am a TTRPG streamer around the internet, and I play probably too much of this game, because coming up in about 2 weeks, I will be in 4 sessions of Star Trek Adventures, separate, including the season finale of this one. Mm-hmm. I am usually on Critical Misses or Panita. I'll do like big pluggy things later, but that's me playing your captain, Mira Drell.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Unjoined Trill.
Unjoined Trill, yes. And also our resident expert on this entire system, so I refer to Anita all the time because I'm still quite a noob. This is my first game as game mistress for
you wouldn't be
Star
able
Trek
to tell.
Adventures.
You are doing wonderfully.
Yeah, you're so good.
I'm good at improv, or at least I think so. Anyway,
you're great at improv.
Sure.
And that's 90% of GMing, really.
That's
really is, isn't it?
Mhm.
So we were off last week. I'm trying to remember. It was the week prior that we did our last. So let's do a really quick recap, or a little more in depth, I would say, so that we can make sure everybody's caught up. So last time, you had been confronted by Admiral Helden. Now I'm forgetting names.
Helgen,
Helgen,
right?
No.
Helgen?
That's Ensign Helgen.
Hold.
It's Ensign Helgen.
I've got it here somewhere. Yep. In my notes. Where's my notes?
The Admiral.
Yeah,
The
the
Admiral.
Admiral. We just, call him
Holden?
the Admiral. Holden. Oh, yeah. Holden.
Sure.
You had finally been confronted by the Admiral, who was not commandeering, but commanding a fold ship. And after a sadly brief battle, in which you both hooked up the device that you created in order to create a mental shield from the patron's manipulating signal, but also used it as a weapon against the fold ship, disabling it temporarily, and absconding with the Admiral in your holding cell. You allowed the fold ship to run and predict, probably correctly, that it is going for reinforcements. And that is kind of where we left off, with an unconscious Admiral, because you put him to sleep, if I recall.
We did.
And have this new protection, this padding, if you will, against the signal being broadcast by this mysterious patron.
All right.
So, Captain, what are your orders?
Well, our orders initially were to take us back away from we're going to retreat and regroup, I believe was the next plan of action, while we worked on a potential cure for this. But we do need at some point to find this the leader of the fold, this godlike being, and we've got to punch the devil in the face. Is what we got to do.
I love that.
I think.
Yes, if I remember correctly, I may have pissed him off.
Yes, I believe so. Because I think Dupre was also one of the few people that was actually able to successfully get rid of the influence of this being.
Was able to hold it off.
Yeah.
Stave it off.
Yes.
Through the power of logic.
Through the power
And
of
sass.
mental discipline. Yeah, and sass.
I believe there was a lot of sass, too.
Oh.
We don't underestimate that power. Okay, so we need to find, I guess, we've got to work on developing this cure and implementing it.
So we had a staff meeting at the end of
Yes.
the last episode.
We did.
To talk about
How
we were going to disseminate the weapon to our allies.
Yes. So that's where we were headed. We were heading back to find one of the scout ships to pass along this new information that we had. And hopefully see if we could get our allies in on this fight. Potentially. Not that they're ever too super keen on, but yes. So that was the plan, was to find one of the new ship, or one of the scout ships. Cytherian scout ships.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, one of the automated ones, and see if we could pass on that information to the Cytherians proper.
Sure. Shall I send out a beacon, Captain?
Is that short?
No. The comms officer. Or
Comms officer.
Yeah.
If you could, yes, that would probably be best. See if we can hail someone. Anyone.
Hi, Captain. Type into the pad. Signal relay.
Was
Sorry.
I ever able to find a way to reproduce that organic material that emitted a signal that we used within our device?
No.
And if not, then may I try to?
Yes. You can definitely try. To that end, it is going to be a difficulty 4. With... Where'd all my stuff go? There it is. Insight medicine.
Insight medicine?
Well, though
Okay.
you have a specialty in xenobiology, yeah?
Yes, I do.
Because
Okay.
that would apply.
Okay, excellent.
Would I be
then
able to do something before this for you, specifically?
I would love-
I have commanding officer, the talent, which is I may spend a point of determination to grant any player that I can communicate with a point of determination. It doesn't have to be linked to a value. So I can give you a die that has already rolled a 1 for 2 successes.
I love that. That would be wonderful.
So I would, I think as T'Pray is sort of talking with the captain and we're all having this meeting together, I'll just sort of say, T'Pray, if you want to coordinate with Dr. Madmika, the two of you are our best scientific minds on this ship, and we can make sure that we can try and synthesize more of this so that we can weaponize it further.
Yes, Captain. I think it is most important, as reproducing the material will be the only way to reproduce the effect of the device.
So yeah, you have 1 die that has already rolled a 1.
Swell. Okay, and I would like to spend a momentum to get an extra die.
Okay. That brings you down to 2, just for your essay.
Yes.
And Dr. Madmika, are you assisting in
Are you helping out?
Yes.
Because it is kind of your field, in a way.
Well, I have been studying more about genetics and xenogenetics, so I can assist.
Absolutely. How are you going to assist? Like, what assistance are you going to offer? Is it, I don't know, taking cultures and, or providing medical expertise?
I would. So Dr. Madmika would organize the way that it's going to be structured. So you're going to have a protein here, you're going to have another molecule here, and kind of map that out.
So more medical knowledge and advice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In that case, you can roll a control medicine.
Okay. For one die?
Yep, 1 die.
Okay.
And using the ship's replication and scanning abilities, you can also get the ship in on this as well.
We don't have the ship.
Yeah, the ship. That would come from the captain can probably roll that if.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I can assist with ship.
Yep. So, pardon me. I rolled my dice. I got an 11, which is a success, and 2 18s.
So 1 success so far. So the ship can use its computer's science or science medical. I think science is probably the higher one.
Let me just grab the ship character sheet so that I can let you know.
It's a 14.
I'm going to say medicine because you're trying to replicate a biomass that it has to scan and then recreate.
Class. There you are. Parallax. And you said that it was computers and medicine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
I'm
that
not sure.
is... I'm not talking to you, Alexa. Let me mute that. That is an 8 on the die, and computers plus medicine is a 12. So it's a success from
wonderful.
the ship.
Okay. And Dr. Mamika.
Got a 2.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So that gives
you,
you
Doc.
3.
And we also
Didn't
have
we
that die
have-
that is already rolled a
Oh,
1.
that's right. That's right. You did get that determination.
You get 1 momentum.
And what are your focuses? Because you rolled a 2 on the die. Twisting?
So the new one is genetics. That's really the only one that would apply.
Like finding base pair proteins and that sort of thing?
Yep.
Can you apply focuses when you're assisting?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, I
Does
think
that apply?
that would actually apply. Because you're having to synthesize an amalgamation of various xenobiology biological material and getting the proper gene sequences for each individual one and being able to roll them all into this thing. That's on a whole nother level.
So that would be 6 successes, I believe, if I'm counting correctly.
Yeah.
Because that would be 2 from the doctor, 1 from the ship, and then 1 from 3 from to pray with the
Okay.
determination spend.
You are able to produce about a liter compared to the device that you have, which is probably about a gallon.
But more importantly, we know how to reproduce it. So we just simply need to transmit that information with the device design so others can reproduce it. Unless you need me to do more science here.
That is all right. We won't beleaguer that.
We can always you do a momentum spend to make that true.
Okay, then I will. There we go.
All
We
right.
have it. I'll use it.
Use the advantage. Create. Use a. I think it's 1 to create the advantage. Or is it 2 to create the advantage? I need to grab my.
It's 2 momentum for an advantage, I think.
Momentum, spending momentum, saving momentum, create an advantage. 2 momentum.
Yes. So we
Yes.
could spend those 2 floating that we have to, if we want to establish that advantage.
Okay.
If that's what we want to do with it. Sorry to sort of ring general. I realize what I'm doing. Apologies.
I think we should create that advantage. I think that is the best outcome for us if our goal is to fight the Fold.
We could send it to Starfleet as well if you want
Indeed.
me to encode it and send it along a intelligence subspace signal.
Our encrypted channels.
indeed.
Captain.
Yes.
Sensors will indicate that your signal out to the Cytherians has been read and replied to.
Okay.
And a rendezvous coordinates have been sent to
relayed.
navigation.
Okay. I'll make sure that we lay in the course. I'll get because Chort's probably feeling better. We'll get Chort to lay in a course.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a bruise, and
Might want to see the doctor about that. He should be able to fix you up.
it's a good reminder, Captain.
Didn't he just come from sick bay?
I'm pretty sure I shot him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so he'll be heading back.
Or
Okay.
Treated for face.
Or Chort got taken out by the others on the bridge that took over the ship.
Oh,
That's true.
Yes, that's right. Yep. And you have a sick bay full of other individuals who, now absent of the signal, are expressing an eerie quiet, Dr. Madmika. Like, they look very sullen.
Mm-hmm. They would. But the peace and quiet will probably help them recover. I was in the brig. And then I
Yes.
think I was at the staff meeting and then came back the med bay. So we're just monitoring everybody and just making sure no one kind of goes back into hearing all of the commands. So, but everyone seems calm and there's nothing pressing at the moment, which is odd given our ship.
It is a very disquiet.
Am I bothered by it?
That is kind of a character decision, especially since you're, you've got these Borg implants, which may be regulating your emotions, and kind of dull that sense of empathy or sympathy for people.
They'll be fine.
It's like, yeah, they're fine. They're whatever.
We'll make it. Well,
We need a counselor on ship.
Jana!
we do need a counselor. We really do. So in this momentary quiet, doctor's thinking about people, the ghosts that are on board, which aren't ghosts, which are the other crew, and just thinking about that and hoping we will be able to find a way to bring them back as well. The other thing. So, Dr. Madmika to the captain.
Go ahead, Doctor.
Captain, I've been thinking about the former or the current missing crewmates from the bases, the ships. And, we could try to reverse the mutations. I think the best way for us to do that would be to actually just reverse the signal. Otherwise, we're just putting a Band-Aid on it. I think there's any other way to totally reverse the effects. I've really been struggling with finding a way to do that other than using the transporters. But I really think we should find a main source of the signal, either destroy it or change it. I think that'll be
That
the
would
best
probably
and
be-
fastest way to do it.
That would probably be best, which means that we're going to probably have to face down with a patron sooner rather than later. But the question is if this being is indeed as godlike as members of the Fold claim, we're going to need all the help that we can get, which is why we're ready to talk with the Cytherians. See if we can gather some allies in this fight.
Yes. just I don't think that this person, the patron, I guess, is that powerful because uh, we've been able to totally undo what has been done here. So going
Not
on that,
totally. The genetic alterations are still in effect.
but we've made a dent further than I think anyone else has in this individual's plans. So I don't. If you know, I believe Lieutenant Dupre uh, made this person angry or annoyed. So if that can happen, we can continue to do that at the very least. And maybe they'll make a mistake.
And, well, I suppose a god that gets annoyed and can't necessarily call down its wrath upon folks is not quite a god at all.
Yes.
Maybe that is an advantage. I appreciate your counsel, Doctor.
Welcome. And Mika out.
Okay. The rendezvous point approaches. Long-range sensors pick up several large Cytherian ships. Shields up, but not... weapons are not powered, obviously. They're still playing it cautious, close to the chest.
Mm-hmm. And they're probably all... they're probably the robotic sentries, I would assume. No actual proper Cytherians aboard.
Chort kind of glances back. Captain, ship to Impulse?
Drops out of warp.
Aye, Captain. He taps it out on the console, and the ship drops out of warp, and sure enough, two large, what look like silvery space urchins, sea urchins, floating out there in space, appear on the screen. We're being hailed, Captain.
All right, put it on screen.
Captain, prepare for contact.
Contact?
The screen goes black, and once again, the head of one of those Cytherians, materializes in the air in the bridge.
Ah, contact.
Captain, we've been hearing lots of rumblings on the edges of our space.
Well, you'll be happy to hear that we've found a way to, at the very least, provide a stopgap against the signal.
Intriguing. You have beaten the god's signal?
Beaten, not necessarily, but abated, yes. Prevents the changes and prevents the voices.
Yes, I can feel the relief of pressure. That is most astounding. How did you accomplish this?
Through a lot of hard work, a little bit of determination, and rigorous application of science, according to my best scientist and medical officer. We also were able to acquire a sample of this strange fluid that some sort of genetic slurry that the Fold have been using. We're not quite sure for what purpose, but the genetic component was, in fact, the key. to creating some sort of signal dampener. We are able to transfer all our findings to you if you would like to replicate them.
Oh, forgive me. I am just astonished that you mortals were able to accomplish such a feat. We Cytherians are naturally immune to whatever.
But you still feel the pressure of it, correct?
Oh, yes, it is very uncomfortable. But that has not been our concern. Our concern has been the forces that the patron, as he calls himself, has been amassing. And that is where I may have troubling news.
Well, any news at this point can't be all bad if we've at least got one weapon at our disposal.
Our scouts have reported that the Fold's forces are in movement and are amassing around a opening in the Great Barrier.
That would be the invasion force.
We are not
The
sure.
patron.
Oh,
The patron wants to escape the barrier.
well, he may be in the final phase of his plan, as all of his ships are moving toward that sector of the galactic core. I am not sure how, but there is an opening being kept alive.
That might be our fault because we needed it to be able to escape. With the people that were stolen from us. Defending the gap might be our best bet. We don't want to abandon any of the people that have already been taken from us. We want to recover them if we can.
But this is our chance. We can provide to assist you in reaching the patron's planet, and perhaps even dealing with the patron for good.
I would assume that's the reason for these heavily armed and armored ships.
Oh, yes. And to protect our people, of course. But we are eager to lend them to your aid, to defeat the patron, and to keep him imprisoned.
Well then, that seems like everything that we could have possibly wanted from this relationship. Would I be able to just check and see if there's any sort of ulterior motives for this Cytherian?
Sure. That will be... and insight...
Command?
Yeah.
Sneaky?
Sneaky.
A 6 and a 3. Which is 2 successes. If it's a contested roll,
The Cytherian, though lofty in its good-natured way, he seems genuine to lend his assistance. However, he's holding back that by going after one objective, it may compromise the other.
it seems we have a choice to make. We can defend the breach, Or we can take down the patron at his planet. This might actually be... There might actually be a way that we could potentially do both at the same time. But we would have to split our forces.
But doing
To
so
very-
is against strategy and logical thinking. Do you not want to focus on a single accomplishable objective?
Cutting off the head of the snake would kill the snake and potentially release those from its influence. But at the same time, beings that aren't supposed to be on the other side of the rift would get to the other side of the rift. And who knows what kind of influence that could potentially bring about the Alpha Quadrant.
Then the decision is yours, Captain. We will deploy our forces on your best judgment. Just know that once the barrier is restored, we have decided that we will not be providing dislocation through it in the future.
Once it's restored, there's no returning to
That's
or from.
correct.
Do you happen to know the numbers of the force that's currently on its way to the rift?
There are 8 warships, 12 frigates, though I believe their capital ship will remain in orbit around the planet.
Around the patron's planet.
I know this is a difficult choice, Captain, and I do not envy you the sacrifices you may have to make. If you
How long until they reach the barrier?
One day.
And how long will it take us to get to the patron's planet?
We can speed you on your way and have you there within 16 hours.
That gives us a tight time frame, but it's still one that we can use. I say that it's a risk we have to take to stop the patron once and for all.
Very well.
We have 8 hours to kill a god.
shall we deploy our drones to the ship, or to the planet?
What are the numbers of your drones, if you don't mind my asking?
As this war of attrition has continued, our forces have dwindled. And currently we have 10 frigates and 7 warships.
Well, I have been sending messages to Starfleet through the rift. With any hope, they'll have been getting them and have been amassing a force on the other side.
If I may say, though, that they would... The travel through the barrier would weaken their ability to defend themselves once they reached the other side and faced down the Fold's forces.
Unless we wait for Fold ships to come through the other side. They would be sufficiently weakened.
Perhaps.
Well, in any case, time is wasting. Let's get to work.
Yes, Captain.
Oh god, did I make the right decision?
Simply inform my drones to which use you would like to use them, and they will follow your command.
All right.
Can I interject before we decide?
Go for it.
Fully?
Go for it. Absolutely.
I
I want to actually make sure that my senior staff is in on this meeting.
Okay, sure.
I would like to use my intelligence officer talent. Once permission, an intelligence officer may create an advantage without requiring a task or spending any resources. This advantage reflects some detail or insight the officer learned in an intelligence report. So, because we were sending regular updates through our channels to Starfleet, could I create the advantage that there is an intercepting force on the other side of the channel? Just in case anything comes through.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I would assume that because Starfleet wouldn't send more ships into the void not knowing what was in here, and the fact that we were like, no, it's pretty dangerous, but they would be like, we'll just hold this exit, and so nothing can get out. That's the advantage I wanted.
They'll hold the breach.
Mm-hmm.
Once more into the breach, dear friends, once more.
Okay, so... Does that use determination? Or no, that's just a talent. Once permission. Okay, cool.
Once permission. This is our mission.
Huzzah!
And I think this is a smoke 'em if you got 'em, friends.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And we have a -2 thanks to, I think it's Dashing Nash TRG. Something like that.
Dash TRG. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Well, thanks on their part.
Yes. +2 to help the GM, -2 for the players.
Captain, I do think that your conclusions were logical. It does make sense that we would select the more long-term success option if we are capable of completing it. If we make our way back to the other side of the barrier, close that hole, it is only a matter of time before the Fold finds their way in.
This is one of... And if we get stuck on the other side, this is one of those needs of the many outweighing the needs of the few.
And given our success at finding ways, through tough challenges with the use of science, I have no doubt we could, in time, find our way back.
I'd like to believe that. Well, crew, let's go kill a god.
Oh, those are powerful words. I love that.
Fire everything.
Let's go attack and dethrone God.
All right. The automatons that are piloting the drone ships will have left instructions that all you have to do is relay your intentions and coordinates. And
So we are heading towards the towards
Patron's
the
planet?
patron's planet, and I believe our orders are going to be that the drones are going to engage that capital ship so that we can get onto the surface. I would like to talk this through with my senior staff.
Okay, yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
Like we'll do like a battle strategy plan montage, kind of beat. Um,
We're in that
My
weird lit
idea-
room that we only use for ops.
Yeah, absolutely. Got that mighty meeting room. We've got to listen, we built that set. We've got to make our use of it.
Yeah.
The idea that I had was that we would send the Assyrian ships to engage the capital ship, and we'd sneak in from the back. If that works for folks.
Yes, Captain.
That
Additionally, I would recommend that we provide instructions on reproducing the signal device that we have created to the drones, because they can use that to provide a weapon that will not only disengage the capital ship rapidly, but will also, hopefully, correct some of the damage done by this so-called god.
that's an excellent idea. We'll make sure that we relay that information to the drones as well. Okay. I'll get Short to lay in a course.
Very good. And as promised, the Cytherians will grant a boost to your warp, essentially. So as Chort
Like
hits,
like a little slipstream kind of deal.
kinda, yeah. As Chort initiates warp speed, everybody kind of has that like whoa, kind of moment as the ship lurches forward as hard and fast as it has ever gone.
The inertial dampeners just needed a sec to compensate.
And they're struggling too.
Is it like the whole ship like vibrating?
A little bit,
Yeah.
but she's
Everybody
got some
do
sturdy
your
bones.
little
so-
in-chair wiggle.
And it's gonna be like that for like 16 hours.
Oh gosh.
They should have bought us dinner first.
Oh, we have another
Somebody's having a good night.
-2 from Cold Spider. So
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Cold Spider.
So as you barrel through space at speeds that this ship was probably not meant to, but it handles like a freaking champ.
They said go boldly.
So
More
many
like go
microfractures.
berserk.
We'll fix those later.
Yeah. It's fine, it's fine. Oh, you get a third -2 from PW Bindi. So, there you go.
Thanks so much.
Um,
PWD.
so are you so you said you're having like kind of a strategy meeting, or are you just having talked
I think we
through...
montage that strategy
Okay, all right,
meeting.
cool.
Like we'll do those little vignettes of the ship preparing for battle.
Passing out rifles in the hallway.
Yeah. Security to Lieutenant Commander Tellin.
Ellen here, go ahead.
The Admiral's awake.
Oh. Okay. I'll be
Should
right
put
there.
him under again. But you know. No, it's okay. Never mind.
Tell him to the captain. Did you want to speak with Admiral? Or
I don't know if there's much we need to say to the Admiral, but I might as well.
okay. I will stop by to pick you up on the way.
Very good.
Chapre's gonna run to the doctor quickly. Doctor,
Yes, Lieutenant.
it might be prudent to see if we can provide a more powerful way to correct the impact of this deity figure. The Admiral has been exposed to that radiation for some time, and may require a stronger dose of medicine in order for that to be fully corrected.
Yes, that's quite logical.
I just came up with an idea, and I think it's pretty good, but y'all can just do your thing.
Just do your thing. There you go.
Buzz back in when they're done.
So, because he has been exposed to the radiation, as you're calling it, longer, I wonder if we can try again to undo what has been done. And no, I can't actually do that without his permission, though. So we'll need to get that. But if you would like to try to synthesize something based on what we've done, or I'll gladly help you with that. And maybe we can find some way to undo damage that has been done to him.
Captain, I think you might be the best person for the job, as I have to help these drones acquire the ability to use our device.
Okay, I will do my best. And so out of game is I can just make this, right? I can just try to synthesize it from something that we already have.
What are you trying
I
to
would say
synthesize
so.
again?
Back.
Sorry?
Pardon me.
What are you trying to synthesize again?
Way to reverse the long-term mutation.
Right.
So it would be undoing it.
Mm-hmm.
I think you had
And so-
already started an extended task for that.
Yeah.
Pretty
Think so,
sure
too.
you're already working on it.
I think it's been ongoing over the last couple episodes,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
We called it the cure. I think there was nanoprobes involved.
Yep, there were
Oh, yeah.
nanobots,
Yep.
which prior to your acquisition of the biomass, it simply amplified the signal. But now with recent discoveries, it is possible that a breakthrough is imminent.
Minute.
Oh.
Okay. So the doctor is this biochemical matter, or is this more of a purely chemical matter? So that's where I'm stuck as a player. I'm
You
like,
mean
oh.
like the stuff in the vat?
yeah.
No,
Is
it is definitely biomatter. In fact, during your replication of it, its true nature is revealed. Something that you hadn't quite discovered about it until this point. It is brain matter from various species.
Okay. Since we know specifically that it's brain matter, I just think I'm like, they're probably not alive. They really, the people whose brains are actually in there, probably not alive. So I would like
Sacrifices
to
for the greater good.
Jeez.
Hot Fuzz, one of my favorites.
What I would pose is, would it be possible to take the matter from the goo planet we have on board and use that as a substrate to hold more of the brain matter, so that we could then have we could have control over what it's actually doing.
You know, I absolutely love when players come up with absolutely cuckoo but brilliant ideas like that. You know what? I give you're gonna have to give me a roll for that, but that is
I forgot about the goop planet.
The
Beautiful.
callback.
yeah, I know. That's great.
We love a callback.
Oh, that's
What if
so
we turn
fantastic.
the whole planet into an anti-signal?
Ooh, wow.
Just launch a torpedo.
Okay.
It's like, what?
Terraform.
I love it.
Oh my gosh.
Creatures on that planet that might be pre-warp. We don't know.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh,
But Prime Directive doesn't apply.
Right. Right.
wow. All right. So the roll for that is going to be insight science. Yeah, this is definitely firmly in the realm of science because you're taking these chemicals and disparate biologics and trying to re-engineer them.
Okay. I have focus of either genetics or medical experimentation.
Medical experimentation, definitely.
Okay. Okay,
This
that
is some
and
mad
then-
science right here.
Mm-hmm. So you said
That's
insight,
good.
right?
Yes.
So that's low for me. So that's a 13 I need. Well, it's not too bad.
So,
What-
before you start, difficulty. It's too brilliant of an idea. I don't want to make it too difficult, but I also don't want to make it too easy. I will make it a difficulty 2.
Okay. We have enough momentum to buy one more die.
You do? That will put you down to
Okay.
1.
And if he runs into an impasse, to pray will take a little time to help if she needs to.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, no, I don't want momentum. I want to use threat because then I get to re-roll one.
Oh.
Oh no, that's only if I'm using medicine. This is science. So
Okay.
that does not.
Ah.
Okay.
No threat for you, GM.
Okay, here we
Not
go.
today.
I'm still on 0s.
She was so excited there for
Ooh.
a second too.
Oh,
Okay.
All right.
Well, an 18,
Uh,
which doesn't count. A 9 and a 5.
that
So that's 3.
that
Yeah.
that is awesome. So that will give you back that momentum you spent.
Yes.
Oh, awesome. Thank you for pointing that out, Jesse, that I can get a +2 to apply, which I rarely do, but I need to do that a little bit
I'm
more.
pretty
especially
sure there
since
was
I don't
one
have any
last
threat.
week. So.
Ah,
Yeah.
thank you. Okay. The goo that you have been studying for days now has the perfect chemical bonds and proteins and such to act as a base for neurological I guess neurological connections, almost like a brain glue.
Cerebrospinal fluid. Weird.
Yes, yeah, there
okay.
you go.
Mm-hmm.
Hangover juice.
Makes sense.
It
Totally
is
makes
Planet
sense.
Boo.
it is kind of its own nervous system. Yeah, we're going to the planet Navi, you know, or Pandora.
Yes.
So yes, you begin to merge and create a kind of sample that becomes your prototype.
Admika to the captain.
Go ahead, Doctor.
I leave.
This will be before I head to the brig.
Right.
Oh, okay. So you're on the way. You're heading to the brig.
Yeah. I'll just stop in the hall.
So I was messing around with the samples that we obtained from Goo Planet, and I was able to successfully use it as a substrate for the same type of matter that is in the folds. I don't know what we were calling it. Brain jelly, I guess.
The bioorganic component?
Yes, the bioorganic component. And I believe that we're able to take this now and use it to reverse what has been done to some of the victims. I don't want to try it without asking permission, but hopefully there will be one or two who will be interested in helping out. Because if we can figure out if we can make sure that it doesn't do more damage, then I think we'll be well on our way to treating everybody.
Excellent work, Doctor. I'm going to make sure that this goes on your permanent record. We'll see if we can give you a commendation for your work. Yeah, I think I'm going to put in for everybody to get a commendation for this assignment because, my goodness. Captain out. And before we get to where the Admiral is held in the brig, I would like to pull Tlin aside into like a small private area and say, we tell him nothing. They communicate telepathically, and I don't know if this jamming signal is actively working or if he's too far gone yet. So what we do tell him, we tell misinformation.
Can I
as far as he
exaggerate?
knows, we're on our way back to the barrier to run away.
Sounds good.
Our mission was to retrieve the Admiral and return to Starfleet.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what we're doing as far as he's concerned.
Understood.
Very good.
You also had an idea
sorry,
before we...
Oh, yeah.
That was my idea, is
Yeah.
feed
cool.
misinformation to the Admiral in
Gotcha.
case the telepathic bond is still up and running.
Makes sense. Because they did all stop talking. So they're probably like... in their brains.
They said that everything was... The others said that everything was quiet, but they're less far along than the Admiral is.
We should get some scans done of their neurosynaptic functions to see if they're communicating telepathically.
I think we already confirmed that. That's how they knew we were coming on that one planet when we went to acquire the gel.
Right. But the ones on the ship currently, I mean.
The ones
Like
on the
we
ship
have-
currently, as far as the doctors let us know, they have been complaining that it's eerily quiet and that they feel cut off.
Oh,
If I'm not
that
mistaken.
it's quiet for them. I understand.
It's quiet
I thought
for
they
them.
were the ones that were being quiet.
Yes.
Am I mistaking that, GM?
No. You're absolutely right. But so is Jesse. They are very sullen and quiet as well.
Because
but
they can't hear the...
Mm.
They can't hear the collective.
They're intertwined.
They are like Borg that have been disconnected from the collective. They feel that crushing alone because they've had nothing but that communal voice in their head.
Mm-hmm.
I assume they're missing that constant stream of dopamine that it just generates.
That too, probably. A couple different things are true at once. if I'm not mistaken.
No, you have it right on the money.
So
Or
the
right
plan
on the Gold
is
Plus Platinum.
we can talk to the Admiral, but what we tell him is a complete fabrication. We are not telling him the truth. So keep, if you don't want to lie, keep your mouth shut.
Understood.
It's the easiest way to not give anything up. And I have a new focus that that the captain would like to enact for dealing with the Admiral.
And what is that?
Counterintelligence.
Oh. Okay. I'm excited to see this play out. Anything else?
I think that's it for us before we go talk to the Admiral, unless
Just making sure.
someone else wants to do something, because I've been talking a lot.
I will deactivate the jewelry earring hologram for this.
Really? If I may ask why?
It's I think it's just one of those things where, like, Telet is about to do something that maybe is against sort of what she normally would do.
Like,
And it's kind of like turning the picture frame away when you do something bad,
putting the cross in the drawer.
Yeah,
you know?
putting the cross away, So it's kind of like prophets, just let's look away for a minute.
Jesus, don't look at me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you for indulging me on that one.
No problem.
When you get to security in the brig, you find that two of the security personnel in their red uniforms are
Gold uniforms.
Are they gold? I thought they were red.
They're gold in next gen era.
Ah. Yes. Okay.
They swapped.
Curses weren't. Okay. Yeah. All right. Very well.
The red
then.
shirts are
Gold.
now the yellow shirts.
Yeah. Very then the gold. They are flanking the cell. Phasers drawn, pointed at the Admiral, still on the correct side of the force field, and he is regarding the two of them quizzically, curiously.
And I will send them out.
Are you sure, Captain? He's strange.
Don't think he's going to hurt us.
Well, of course, Captain.
I'll have a phaser on my hip before we get in there, though, just in case.
And they will retreat to just outside the brig, within earshot if need be.
If I call for help. You wanted to see us, Admiral?
I did. You are the leader, then.
I'm the captain of this vessel, yes.
And you are?
First officer.
My first officer.
So unimportant.
Okay. Says the person behind the force field.
You were important. Two people on the other side of the veil, I guess.
I am all that is important.
Oh. Am I assuming that we are speaking currently to the patron?
You would assume correctly.
then.
Your silly machinations will fail.
Not quite certain what machinations you're speaking of. Our job was to retrieve the Admiral and return.
You cannot keep me out forever. Your resources, your capabilities are limited. I am eternal.
Eternal, but not unabatable. Not omniscient.
No. Do tell where my limitations are.
I think you know them very well.
Greater mortals than yourself have attempted to abate my existence. It took an entire legion of so-called deities to imprison me. And I will have out.
You see, we've got a little bit of a different philosophy nowadays. I'm not quite sure how long you've been held in this place. I more ascribe to Clarke's third law. That any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic or godhood.
I do not subsist on manufactured equipment.
No, you subsist on people.
I bring them to me. Their wills are forfeit to a greater cause. For I am
cause is
God to
that?
them,
What purpose does that serve?
to serve me.
What? To what end, honestly? Think about this.
To unfetter me, to
And
loose
then what?
me as the rightful ruler over all that you see, and more that your limited perceptions can ever imagine.
Sounds very boring.
Yeah, you know,
What?
we did away with rulers like 300 years ago.
And honestly, once you rule over everything, what's there to strive for? What's there to learn?
Learn.
What's there to grow? You hamper progress.
I am the pinnacle.
I doubt that. But I do appreciate this chat. Once we get back to the other side and have Starfleet Command notified, we'll be able to start studying and enacting proper countermeasures. Next time we'll be ready, obviously. I mean, what good would it do to do anything other than our mission parameters?
You are bound by prisons of your own. I can free you from them. From your paltry beliefs. Kind of points that one at Talon. From your codes and regulations.
You're very interesting. Because you don't actually know what I believe in.
Do I not?
Tell me then, what do I believe in? If you're all-seeing, all-knowing, all-wise, what do I believe in? That you would try to free me from?
It is ironic that you, as a leader, bring people together. You inspire. You encourage others to be better than what they are. And yet, when the opportunity arises to grant them such, you deny them that.
I don't deny anybody anything. I believe that people are able to live up to their potential on their own. No godlike intervention required or necessary.
The advancements, evolution that I can gift.
But at the loss of free will, which is ultimately the most magical thing
Independent
in all
will.
of existence.
Not free will, independent will.
It's the same thing.
Natural side effect of being a collective, as one of your members does know, is the individual mind does cease to exist as it was. But a greater purpose, a greater achievements can be made when there are more than just one. I offer
You
that.
recognize
Yes.
my species.
I do.
What?
Do you know the history of my people? Do you know that we were occupied for generations by another race claiming to do it for our own good? Do you know that we fought for freedom and we won? And out of that was born so many great Bajoran artists and creators and culinary cooks. We have become so much more because of our freedom. Why would anybody join a collective to lose their individuality?
The flawed version of your captors.
Everybody claims to have the right way.
But not everyone is me. We could lift you up.
I think
I've heard that before, I'll be
well,
honest.
It's true. I think that anybody that's dealt with colonization and colonialism has heard this same speech.
I do not colonize.
Don't you?
I
No,
do
you
not.
metastasize. That's worse.
You don't elevate. You stagnate.
How so?
And I'm done with you.
Oh, okay.
And the captain is going to stand and walk out of the room.
I'll follow.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn my earring on just before I leave, like as the doors are closing.
Prophets take the wheel.
All right, I'm back.
The two security personnel are looking at you expectantly.
Oh, you can resume your post. Thank you.
Resume your posts. Do not talk to the prisoner.
Okay. Kind of don't want to, but it's very unsettling.
They'll try to goad you into talking. Say nothing. That's captain's orders.
Yes, Captain.
Oh God. I just sassed a god too. Ah!
Oh yeah.
He's just
Everybody
such
gets-
an asshole. You can't not.
Just hate that.
Yeah, I gotta.
You got it. You got it. It's our natural reaction to.
My natural reaction to sass a deity.
Come join my cult and turn into goo. What a pitch point that is.
No, it's fantastic.
Oh God. It's not like there's going to be any ramifications at all for this. Let's get back to work. Yeah.
All
I
right.
think at some point I find Dupre and I say, "You're right. He is an asshole."
I believe the humans have a phrase. He is a son of a bitch.
So let's go back to Dr. Manmika. So what are you gonna do with your new gel, your your neuro gel as we've got it. You've still got like 12 hours until you near the planet.
What I would like to do is pass some signals through it to see if it can start to tell the cells to revert back to where they were originally.
Okay.
So I've been thinking, the doctor's been thinking that genetics of someone who has been mutated are being, it's like the regular process for replication has been altered. So betazoids they have different genes. One of them is called, I can't remember. I don't know if this is real or not, but someone in the chat could probably correct me.
No, no corrections needed. This is our world. You can make up whatever shit you want.
Okay. They're mind reading genes, and
Okay.
on beta Z, there are often sometimes mutations that distort that gene so that it can mind read some of the time, and then there are also people who are completely non-sensitive and cannot read minds at all, but are still betazoid.
Sure.
So the doctor thinks that this is what is happening, that the signal is creating the mind reading gene, but it's only creating it so that it can only be heard. So there's a bit of that in there, and then also quantum entanglement, where these individuals aren't mind readers, but they can only hear the one voice. and that's the patron. So I would like to take the Nero gel and see if I can broadcast a signal through it so that it can start to tell cells and the DNA to basically take a left instead of a right.
Okay. Go ahead and give me, if you will, please, a control. Control science.
Can I make a pitch for daring engineering since it's just I'm rotating the frequencies of the computer? It's not really anything
So
other
you're
than
kind of
that.
like dialing on the radio.
Yeah.
Like, okay, all right.
Yeah. Just
I can see that.
And I kind of don't there's no real like process for this. I'm just kind of figuring out.
Okay.
Does this work? Doesn't it work?
Yes, you can roll daring engineering.
Okay.
Difficulty 3.
Okay.
But your medical experimentation can come into play here.
Okay. And it's still not medicine though, so I can't use threat. Is there any momentum left?
You got 2 left.
Okay. I would like to buy another die. And you said 2, right?
Yep.
Difficulty 2? Mm-hmm. Okay. Here we go. Ooh. What am I going for? I'm going for a 15. I got a 1. So that's...
Oh, nice. That's 2.
And then a 13 and a 14. So 4.
So 4 successes?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You gain back your extra momentum there. And just killing it, Doctor.
And 1 extra, I think, right?
Yep.
You've got 1 floaters?
Okay. So you're back up to 2 momentum.
Would be because it was 3 successes, right? It was 4 successes.
4 successes against a 3 difficulty. Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So the gel doesn't carry or broadcast very well. However, you find that like the buoy tunnel that you left when you first entered the galactic core, you can have gel droplets essentially communicate with each other. So perhaps going back to those nanobots, you can drop payloads in a person's biology and have them kind of synchronize so that they begin to repair or change the targeted genes.
Have the body reassert its own genetic material.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Mad Mika to the captain.
Go ahead, Doctor.
Well, I've still been experimenting with our neurogel, and I believe there may be a way to distribute it into an individual's physiology and conduct a signal through it so that it's constantly telling the cells to revert and basically ignore what was previously done. So I was wondering, is it okay if I ask for send out a shipwide announcement for volunteers?
Send out a shipwide announcement for volunteers. Absolutely. See if any of the newer resistance people that have resisted would be willing to volunteer.
Okay.
Perhaps to pray?
Yes,
I
Captain.
can ask.
Pray. Would you be willing to report to sickbay and submit to an experiment that the doctor is currently running?
Yes, I will be there shortly.
Medical experimentation.
Yeah,
Go on
that's what I
over.
heard.
Listen, we
resident-
bypassed the consent question by asking a PC, not an NPC.
Right.
Yes, Doctor, what do you need?
I would like to take this Neurogel and distribute micro droplets throughout your system using the Borg nanoprobes. Then we will put through a signal that will be broadcast from one micro droplet to the next, and I'm hoping that we can reverse the damage that was done to you previously from the patron's signal.
Yes.
And so then the doctor shows all of the, the screens and the schematics and the signals and all of that stuff.
This is excellent work. I would happily do this.
Thank you. Thank you for volunteering. Is there a role for this?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, you've already kind of worked it out.
Okay.
I would, though, like you to roll some damage dice for me.
Okay.
If you will roll... I'm going to say 3d6.
Okay.
And tell me what you get.
I have one Star Trek symbol, one of the explosions, and then a blank.
Okay, so that's 2 damage plus a special.
Okay.
Okay. The nanoprobes begin to do their work, working their way through Lieutenant Tepray's system. And Tepray, you at first don't really feel any different. But then there's almost like a cooling sensation. It's very, very faint, very faint. And some of that background, and it's hard with a Vulcan because they don't really feel depressed, I guess. So I can't say that you
That
don't
quiet?
feel depressed. Yeah. That disquiet that you've experienced on some level begins to lift. It's not completely gone, but you can feel a burden being lifted off of you microatom by microatom. Making shit up.
I like it. That's actually a very provocative description. I appreciate that.
Doctor, I think it is taking effect.
In your scans, Dr. Madmika, you will note that the mutation that had stalled is starting to retreat. Already a good, I'd say 60% of it has corrected itself but still a little bit more to go as the nanoprobes continue to do their work.
Can I just say we sized the shit out of that?
Yes.
Good job, everybody.
Oh.
Technobabble for the win.
Yes.
Doctor, I do believe it is having a positive effect. However, you may need to increase the potency for the Admiral. But I do believe this is a good start, and it is working for me.
Yes. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. From the scans, it looks like your alleles are returning to normal, which is a very good indication that cellular structure is returning. I'm thrilled, and the captain will be thrilled too. I wonder how. Well, maybe you could help me with this.
Yes.
How we could use this on the Admiral, even though he hasn't given permission or consent, still is a Starfleet officer and subject to medical protocols.
Intervention.
Yeah.
And I suppose from an ethical standpoint, one could consider the fact that his mind is not his own. And under these circumstances, his primary care physician would be the most appropriate person to make the determination of how to give medical treatment in such a situation.
Ah. Thank you. Yes. I believe a path forward has been found. Would you like to stay here and rest? I don't think it's necessary, unless you do want to wait until you're 100%.
If you would like to put me under observation, I can work remotely here in the medical bay.
Yes. You can do that.
Indeed.
Good.
She'll start typing away,
Okay.
coordinating drones.
Are you, Doctor, going to attempt any repeat tests?
He doesn't think so. Because he
Trust
thinks he's
but
got it figured out.
verify.
Yeah.
We should still trust but verify with the other crew that have been taken as well.
Yeah, I can. We can try one more individual. I believe.
Can I pitch Olfa?
Oh, poor Alpha.
Your sweet little nurse.
Yes.
Tell her it's also going to help her with the ghost.
And honestly, the chief medical officer aboard a starship does have final say in all medical decisions regarding crew, including like captains and admirals that are on board. So like, you can literally order people to take the vaccine. Essentially, is how it works, at least in Starfleet.
So, Doctor is going to call Ensign. Is it Ensign Olga?
Mm-hmm.
That's her first name. Tosa?
Yeah, Alpha.
Or is that the other one? Ulfa.
Yeah, Helga Alpha.
Helga Ulfa.
Yes.
Thank you. Dr. Madmika to Ensign Ulfa.
Is she still in the brig? Did you leave her in the brig?
I think Olfa's actually in the medical bay now,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
I thought she was in the brig too.
I think we moved the most because after like the signal dampener went off, I think we moved anybody that was affected that had the disquiet either to quarters or to the
Yes.
med bay, just to sort of like, because they're not really a threat anymore, but they're still like under observation behind force fields.
Ensign Ulfa, are you awake?
Yes, Doctor.
Oh, we've had some tremendous success with reversing the damage that was done to Lieutenant Dupre. Would you be willing to undergo the second test? The second patient?
No, I don't
Okay.
need anything.
Okay. If you are feeling loss, depression, and disconnected, the treatment can reverse that. You will be able to return to your regular self. You won't feel like that anymore. That's a result of the patrons tampering with your mind.
Give me a presence medical.
Okay,
And...
so this is where that thing comes in.
Yeah.
So, doctor, this would be considered a social role?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I have implants, so instead of 20, it's like 18, 19, and 20. The difficulty range?
The complication
Yeah.
range? Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you want me to roll?
So this is an opposed roll.
Okay.
So presence medicine. So essentially you're trying to promote this treatment against her anxieties and such.
Okay.
So just let me know how many successes you get.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yes, please. Give me some thrift. Give me some thrift.
So, one success, and I would like to use one of the -2s.
Okay.
Take my 19 down to a 17 to get it out of that range.
You darn audience members. No, that's fine.
So,
I'll get you, my pretties.
so it's still not a success, but it's not a complication.
We have 2 more -2s, by the way.
We do have a couple more -2s.
Yeah, you had
There was
4?
3 total. I
Three
think.
total. Yeah, and then you just
Okay.
used 1, so you have 2 more.
17, 15. It's still to
So what
need a
was the other
12.
roll again? It was a
19 and a 10.
the 10 would be a success if you needed. That's one success.
Mm-hmm.
Vampire Bites did just give us 2 more -2s, and Crag
And so did
Horse
Crag
gave us
Horse.
Another. Yep.
So that's
Everybody's
Okay.
Look at
Throwing it
our
to-
audience coming to our
Thank you,
rescue.
guys.
15,
Thank you.
13, 11,
Oh. There we go.
9.
2 successes.
You say I won't feel like this anymore?
Yes.
T'Pray is gonna look across the room because she's in the same space, and she's going to go, Ensign, did you know that your current state makes you susceptible to psychic energy, and you may have more interactions with the ghosts aboard the ship in this state? The treatment may prevent that.
Frighten her into. It's like, no,
I
make
did
this
check a
go away.
while ago. Vulcans can lie.
Would that count as an assist?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna say daring.
Command?
Command? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Not quite. So
quite?
close, but
Okay.
no. I rolled a 16.
Well, the doctor did have enough successes. That would have just given you extra momentum and such. Well, if you'll make this feeling go away.
Yes. So the doctor takes out a hypospray, and we go.
Okay.
And pushes the button, and you hear it psst, in the neck.
All right. Vulcan cruelty for the win. Thank you, Craig Horst. So, okay, go ahead and roll me those 3d6 again, if you will, please. Your damage dice.
Oh. One blank, 2 effects.
Oh, okay. The kind of almost exactly like Lieutenant Dupre. The gray cloud that is hanging over Alpha seems to dissipate to an extent. She straightens up just a little bit more. Oh, it's really cold in here now.
You can ask the computer to adjust the heat for you. Temperature.
Oh, I don't want to bother if everybody's okay. I'm sure it's the side effects of the inoculation.
So the doctor will bring a blanket, a shiny blue foil blanket.
Oh, that
In case you
feeling
need it.
better.
Good. Excellent.
All right. Fantastic. So she'll improve over time.
Okay.
That's what the special effects are. Is it's kind of like a persistent correction.
Okay.
The damage, just a little peek behind the GM screen of what I had in mind, is that the phase that they're in equals their resistance to the damage that you were rolling. And granted, Ulfa was a little more advanced than, say, Dupre, but with the 2 specials, you will see some improvement as
Okay.
it kind of burns away, freezes away, burns away. Cold fire, I don't know. The changes that were being made. All right. Thank you, Doctor.
Yes. So I just send out a quick message to the captain, just
Okay.
about the success of the second treatment.
That's excellent news, Doctor. See if we can act about getting key personnel that have been affected repaired.
We start
let's
with the
not
bridge
worry
crew?
about let's not worry about the Admiral just yet.
Okay.
Security, key areas, bridge crew.
Ensign Short, I believe. is affected.
Short, I think, was fine. Short got knocked out, right?
Yes, I believe so.
It was
Okay.
Yuri that
Yuri.
was problematic.
Yuri, Selig.
Yeah, Gary Selvig and
Oh, I thought there were 2 in the.
Somebody
No,
else in
Gary was in the bridge. Yeah, afterwards. Okay, yeah. I'm trying to remember the order of
Yuri
events
and
there.
Sedgwick.
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 Sedgwick. Yeah,
That's
thank
it.
you. I'm looking right at his name too. It's like right there.
Gary and Sedgwick were the 2 that were affected that were on the bridge. So if we can get them fixed up, that would be great.
Okay.
But
It's Captain. Will do.
this might be one of those things where we'll find out exactly how well it happens on next week's episode.
Yeah. Is there? Well, before we end tonight, is there anything anybody wants to do, major action-wise, before you reach the planet?
So Dupre has been working to make sure that all of the drones are set up with a weaponized version of the device we made.
Okay.
So that way they can all consolidate their beam on the capital ship or the planet as needed.
Mhm.
right? Excuse me, because of the number they have, we might even be able to create like a signal relay around the planet if we can knock out the capital ship. So I'm hoping that they can leverage the technology we developed and amplify it with their technology, given they're more advanced. That I hope will provide a boon for us.
All right. In that case, can you please give me a control command to coordinate all of that with the drones?
But would I be able to assist as well?
Yes, absolutely. Difficulty 2.
Okay.
You got 2 successes for me with a 1.
Nice.
Okay.
I thought that was a
The
bad
captain's
thing.
just like,
Okay.
I don't think I'll have
Does
another
my-
point of threat this entire season.
I'm trying.
No,
Listen, I have.
It is okay. It is all right.
Does my deductive reasoning count as a focus here?
Not really.
Okay, then just 1 success with a 4.
Okay. Well, that still gives you a point of momentum there. As between you and the captain, or with the captain's assistance, you coordinate the development and install of the ships are going to act like repeaters. So anytime that the ship uses the weapon, they will copy the signal and be able to bounce it from their position.
Okay.
The captain has a focus in team dynamics, so I would be like helping like work on coordination, like attack patterns, etc.
Okay. Fantastic. All right. That will consume most of the time between, getting some rest, getting some food, and preparing for the encounter ahead. All right. Anything else? Talon, to pray, Captain, Twisting, or Maminka? Nothing?
I probably would be planning for some kind of ground assault.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure what the situation will entail, but I want to make sure that we have, if we can get some portable transport enhancers.
Okay.
But like not the large ones, just like little ones. So I'm like packing a grab and go bag, with a bunch of like little things that like you never know, we might need this.
Yeah.
So there's 3 of those little pattern enhancers. Maybe there's like a deployable force field or something. Who knows?
Ooh. Just go.
I've played Star Trek Online. I know it's a thing.
That almost sounds like, or I just imagine Halo.
Yes.
When Master Chief just like throws down a shield and it pops up just as the missile hits and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. It's great that we have contingencies.
The captain is going to brush up on the other 2 of Clark's 3 laws. Probably most importantly, point 1. When a distinguished but elderly scientist states that something is possible, he's almost certainly right, but when he states that something is impossible, he is very probably wrong.
I love that.
So, I'm applying that to a godlike being instead of an elderly scientist.
All right.
He's trying to tell us that what we're doing is impossible.
Then it is most likely wrong. Very good. There is a tension among the crew. Granted, with everyone's leadership, reassurances, and achievements, that tension is more of a battle readiness a readiness to confront whatever lies ahead, and not a fear of failure. The dining, the mess halls are hushed conversations and eager toasts as everybody wishes each other luck, and whatever prayers are offered are accepted. Then, as the final hours draw to a close, everyone is at their stations, ready and waiting. The Cytherian ship's message in that you are nearing, the fleet is nearing its destination and will be pulling out of warp some distance away from the planet, but close enough that you'll be able to have it on long range viewer. Sure enough, as the fleet drops out of warp, headed by the USS Parallax, the viewer is filled with a blue planet. It almost looks like a star unto itself, the way its atmosphere is this blue plasma that licks like flame around it.
I guess that rules out ground assault.
Sensors, though, will tell you, and the Cytherian drones will confirm, that the planet is habitable.
Oh, okay.
It's just
Got a strange
kind of fairy
atmosphere.
fire, yeah. And sitting between you and the planet, some ways off currently, is the flagship, that large ship that chased you down in the asteroid field. Imposing, even as it's set against the backdrop of Shakari?
Shakari.
Yeah.
We found it.
Or the planet known as Shakari. And I think that is where we will end for tonight.
I think as a last word,
Yes.
battle stations. Everybody, ship to red alert.
The lights flash red, and we cut. Oh, this is fun.
Ah!
Oh, no, this was great. I appreciated this session very much. And
Let's go kill a god, everybody.
Yeah. I appreciated and I enjoyed this session very much. I hope my players did. I hope you at home did as well. We love bringing this entertainment to you because we find it entertaining ourselves. And we just love playing these games. We love playing them for you. And thank you for being here. Absolutely. I have been your Game Mistress Winter. You can find me at gmistresswinter on Twitter and Instagram, and over at my channel, Mistress Winter's Court, where we have a Monday night Pathfinder 2nd Edition campaign going on. It is absolutely fantastic. I love every Monday that we come to. I can't wait to get through the weekend so I can play my Monday night games. And we will be doing off-week Tabletop Tuesdays coming here soon. I'm going to be running a Monster Hearts two-parter, and I love Monster Hearts. It's like one of my favorite systems. So if you've never heard of it, go look it up. I think it's the site is buriedwithoutceremony.com for that.
It's a great game.
Yeah, near and dear to my heart. Absolutely. Beyond that, we have 2 more episodes of Star Trek Adventures. So we will be ending. We'll have our finale, not next week, but the week following. But we hope that you will join us next week for the next episode and this exciting battle that is looming ahead. That will be very interesting. And until then, I hope everybody has a great weekend. Everybody has a great week.
Outros?
What's that?
You want to do outros? Real
Oh
quick?
yeah. I'm rolling up to it.
sorry.
I'm rolling up to
I'll roll.
it. No worries. Yeah. That's everything for me. So we will go ahead and start with the very eager Anita.
Don't perceive me. I guess now you have to. So hi, I'm Anita or Panita or Critical Misses. You can find me everywhere, one of those places. I'm a ttrpg streamer, graphic designer, producer, cat mom about the space. You can find me on my channel Fridays for another Star Trek Adventures game called The Lost Frontier, which is, we're kind of doing a Star Trek Picard Season 3 kind of thing, where the old crew's getting back together with the new crew to solve some more science mysteries. You can also find me on Sundays over on Pluto Cleric's channel for The Weird Frontier, which is a Starfinder game, and I play a mystic named Agnes, who's also the ship's mechanic. And is chosen by 2 gods. And coming up soon, they didn't give me an NDA, so I guess I can announce it. I'll be over on Modiphius' channel playing more Star Trek Adventures on Tuesdays.
Nice.
GM'd by the wonderful GM Webby. I do love Samantha a whole bunch, so it's going to be great to get GM'd by her. That's about it for me. Occasionally on Fridays, you can also find me on Gen Con TV for Table Takes game night, playing fun games with fun people over there. But yeah, that's it. That's all. That's me.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And Juicy.
Hi, I'm Juicy Garland, a Boston area drag queen and super nerd. You can find me at Juicy Garland, one word on Twitter, at juicy.garland on the Instagram.com. And you can find me on Fridays playing Cyberpunk Red on this channel.
Yes. Cyberpunk Red is a very popular offering on this channel, and I recommend each and every one. So go check out all the various teams that we have going. So yes, absolutely. Thank you. And Twisting.
I'm Twisting Curses, only on Discord, and that was an awesome episode. Thank you to everybody who gave those -2s. I don't know what we would be doing with our favorite science officer if those hadn't been forthcoming. Thank you for that. I love this game and have had such a great time, and I'm looking forward to the next 2 sessions. So thank you, and have a good night, everybody.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be very bittersweet, and like, yeah. So to say goodbye to this crew is going to be hard, but at the same time, I think we're going to bring it to a great resolution. So yeah, and then last but absolutely not least, an amazing Jessie.
Thanks everybody for watching me play a religious person. If you liked my deal, you can find me on Wednesdays at my channel, just Jessie D on Twitch. Starting at 6:30 Eastern, I play Divinity Original Sin 2 with some friends. We've never played it this far before, so we don't know what's happening anymore. It's fun. There's fire a lot, and we're all skeletons, so it's great. I'm also a podcaster and audio editor, so if you need little odd jobs done, just, message me or something. You can find me on Hive, social app at just Jessie D, or Tumblr at just -Jessie-D. I'm also on Discord. My stuff's in the chat. Thanks.
Wonderful. And so thank you all very much. Thank you to our viewers, and we hope to see you next week for another episode of Flight Beyond the Veil, a Star Trek Adventures here on Cybernation Uncensored. Until then, have a great weekend and a great week. Good night.
Cybernation Uncensored.